goes like this. I open the list of permissions already granted to the cell manager, and I just drag and drop the new one. I save it. So now, next time I will open the application with my Windows account, and if I open an employee window, I do not see the tab page anymore. So, as you can see, with a few clicks with Visual Guard, without changing anything in the application, I can manage user account, add a new one, even a Windows account, grant him a role, create a new permission, grant this permission to a role, and much more stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, we'll have some time to come back for a more detailed presentation with another seminar. Coming back to our presentation, here we are. You can, of course, learn more on the Visual Guard website or during our next webinar, because this is just a quick introduction. Now I will introduce you to the last version of Visual Expert. So maybe some of you already know Visual Expert, maybe you don't. So I will just a quick presentation. We just released Visual Expert 6.0. We've been redeveloping the entire GUI to offer a different perspective when exploring the application. But for those of you who don't know the product yet, Visual Expert is a tool that will analyze your code and provide you with impact analysis feature in case you want to evaluate the consequence of a change, which means that anytime you change your code, there might be unexpected side effect, unexpected consequences, like there's a change in the database, for example, or a change in the function. All the components related to this table in the database or related to the component you changed might be affected by the change. And you want to run an impact analysis to have the complete list of all the components potentially affected by the change, to review them. You can also produce some technical documentation, generate or perform some code reviews. And Visual Expert is now supporting PowerBuilder 4 to 11.5, as well as stored procedure for most databases on the market, Oracle, Sybase, and Microsoft. You can include several applications in the same project, in the same analysis. And for example, you would like this have the possibility to do an impact analysis across your entire application portfolio. If there's a change in the database, the DBA would change the data type of a column, for example. You want to know which component in all the application are affected by this change in the database, because you want to update all the applications to avoid bugs or regression bugs or problems in the future. As I said, with the new major version that we released recently, we've been redeveloping entirely the GUI for those of you who already saw Visual Expert in the past, and I'll show you how we can now manage cross-references at instruction level. Quick example with Visual Expert as well. So this is the Visual Expert GUI. I'm loading a project. In this part here, I will see the component of the application with the dependencies between each component. And when I select an item here, I can see its source code on the right. And depending on the type of item selected here, I have a list of features that is different from an event, for example, to a control or a window or a PBL. That's the general concept. So in this case, I will show you how we do an impact analysis, and in particular, how we explore the result with the version 6. This is the list of tables used by my application. In this table, I have a column name. Let's say that the DBA changed this column. I will run an impact analysis on this. I can, for example, find out all the insert, update, delete SQL statement accessing this particular column. Let's say I'm interested in the SQL, in the select queries here, and that's the result. So first of all, I can see that I have 3 data windows using this database column, as well as a window. This is a control, and this is the event. If I click on the event, not only do I see the source code, but also the instruction here referencing the column. So please note that this is not a string search. This is not just a text search. Otherwise, I would have this as a part of the result, as well as this and plenty other references here and lots of components in the application. We really analyzed the code and understood as a compiler or a grammar understanding way the code to really understand the nature of each item in the code and the references between each of them. So this is one part of the result. Later on, I can see here I have an Oracle package. This Oracle package also includes select statements referencing the same column. Actually, I have 3 references right here. I can click on them, or I can also use the Enter key to switch from one to another. That's an Oracle package. That's a Sybase trigger with a reference here. That's a Microsoft procedure and a Microsoft trigger. So as you can see, I included several applications, and that's a database view definition, where one view is based on the select on the table product with a reference to the column name. So I included many types of code in the same project, and this impact analysis was done across all those applications or portions of code that I'm interested in. Next example, still exploring cross-referencing, but this time in the other direction. I would like to know what is called by one item. So I will take a large piece of code. It's a package, an Oracle package, and I would like to know what is, for example, what are the tables and the variable called by this package. So this package is referencing 5 tables and some variables. On the right, I can see the source code of the package. Now, if I select this particular product, this is the table product, I will still see the source code of the package here, but I will see all the references to the table product. Again, with Enter or Shift-Enter, I can browse them, or I can access directly with the index to the last reference if it's what I'm looking for. Same for variables. And generally speaking, the impact analysis or the referencing feature that we saw right now is working for any type of component in your application. Table, columns, views, procedure, object, functions, variable, parameters, events, you name it. Anytime you change something in your code, you can explore and browse your code to see what's happening. Now, when you reach like this, a place in your code where you are referencing something, you can, as you can see, I have here a reference to a function. If I click, I can browse directly from the reference to the code that is referenced here. If I click on this, I will see the definition of this procedure right here, etc. Then you can come back like a browser. So we are dynamically adding hyperlink to help you browse in your code. So that's it for the quick introduction to exploring the code. Now, just one example for those of you who never saw Visual Expert, in case you want to generate some documentation. That's quite easy. You select your code, you choose one documentation template to run a wizard to add more or less details in your application. Then the application, the Visual Expert is building the documentation. You see screenshots because we are capturing screenshots to enrich the documentation. And when the result is displayed, you open it in your browser. This is HTML. You also have the possibility to generate documentation for Word in case you want to print something. I have several sections. Those are windows, and you can recognize here the windows we used in the sample application before. So we have 2 screenshots because we have 2 tab pages. So we captured both of them automatically to enrich the documentation. Then you have some information, list of attributes, impact analysis for each of them, methods. For each method, you have much more detailed impact analysis again, the source code and the reference, etc. That's it for this quick introduction to Visual Expert. Of course, the website is there in case you want to learn more, as well as another webinar that we will run very soon to introduce you to much more feature and advanced feature, in particular of Visual Expert. I guess that's it for today. I will leave Megan wrap it up. So Megan, that's up to you.